Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Colombo. Now, I know what you're thinking. Spartan, what are you doing? Well, it's simple. I wanted to get a video of the Colombo now to showcase it before the nerf, and then when it gets nerfed next week, I'm going to showcase it again to see what the changes are like. So I wanted to get an updated outing. Just kind of remind myself what it feels like to play this thing. And yeah, it's just as busted as I remember. Now, one of the stats, now I don't get into stats very often, right? But I do glance at them occasionally. And one of the stats that I am not proud of is my survival stat. What do I mean by this? Well, the battles survived. On average, for a battleship, I survive about 36% of the time. Somewhere in that neighborhood. That does not seem very good to me. Now, a lot of you probably think, well, Spartan, come on now. You are the self-proclaimed most aggressive battleship captain in the world. You're not going to survive every battle. And you're right. You're right. But I feel like battle impact is more important than surviving. Ooh, you saw that coming, didn't you? Or did you? Did you not see that coming? I flipped it on you. You thought I was going to be like, oh my god, I don't survive enough. No, it's battle impact, folks. How much impact do you have on the overall result of the battle before you die, if you're going to die? That is the question. And that is why the Colombo is so incredibly nasty right now. Because the ability for this thing to play hide-and-go-seek and just absolutely dominate is absurd. Now, this game here isn't going to showcase the Colombo in all its glory, just due to the fact that the game ends so quickly. The full battle here is somewhere around like 10 to 12 minutes, which seems pretty long, until you realize the amount of people that I actually got to shoot at, and we'll explain why in a moment. But as we start to push, the first thing you're going to notice is Spartan's running away from his flank. What is he doing? Spartan, why are you running from your flank? You always say fight your side, win your side, hold your side at all costs. What are you doing? Simple. Look at my teammates. They spawn mid, they're coming left. Nobody, except the destroyer, was planning to go mid. Now, as I come back, I believe there is somebody here that is going to go up through the middle with me. But that was not their initial plan, right? So I, on this map specifically, like to control the middle of this map, if at all possible. It is a massive map, and nobody sets up crossfires. Nobody. You end up with a situation where you have no man's land in the alpha cap, where obviously there's a destroyer. We're going to go ahead and hit our smoke here. And you can see Conqueror fires his guns first. We're going to go ahead and shoot at him. I didn't think that the destroyer was within smoke firing penalty of me. So, wasted smoke opportunity here. But you can see where the smoke is. And we have a gearing right here. And unfortunately, I don't have my guns loaded to shoot this daring right now. Right? But this is a gearing versus a daring, okay? The gearing will murder a daring. And as the daring gets disappeared, I was hoping to God that he would stay alive or stay spotted just a little bit longer as we lose our first destroyer to a Schroeder. Now, can I just say something? If you're in a destroyer and you see a Schroeder, a Schlieffen, GK, any of those German secondary ships, get the f*** out of there! What are you doing? They have long-range, long-duration sonar that will murder you with secondaries in very short order. And once again, right after I shoot, the daring gets spotted. Only this time, god darn it, we almost had a chance to shoot at him. But I want you to keep an eye on this guy. Now, we do have a Yamato out here. We have a Stalingrad out here. And we have the Conqueror out here. Now, some of you may have seen those shells coming across my bow just a minute ago as they flew over towards my teammate over there on the left side of the map, who has overextended into no man's land. Do you know why I call it no? Oh my god, that was a massive hit on that Yama, and that wasn't even Citadel. But do you know why I call it no man's land? It's pretty straightforward. Okay? If you go into that area early in the match, in this game, or in this map, you die. unless you're a destroyer. Destroyers can generally get away with it. But everybody else, if you go past the islands that you spawn next to and go in towards the Alpha Cap, you are setting yourself up for immediate failure. Don't do it. It's called no man's land for a reason. All right? Be patient. Let the enemy make those mistakes, like the Conqueror. We set up a crossfire, and we absolutely dominated that guy. Now, some of you may have noticed there was a guy spotted right behind the island ahead of me. I want you to keep that in mind. Now, Daring is obviously trying to torpedo me, right? We get a shot this time at the Daring, and we get to kill him. Now, the reason that I was saying pay attention to this gearing here is this gearing was a little too passive for my liking. There's nobody to help this Daring. There's no reason for this guy to be so passive against the Daring. I know the Daring has sonar, but let's be honest, the smoke screens don't last very long in the Daring. He could have given it a little bit of time, gone in there and murdered that Daring. And now, unfortunately, because I'm trying to dodge torpedoes, the Montana that I didn't know existed because I didn't see him, I was tunnel visioned, didn't see him pop up on the minimap a moment ago, hits me for almost all my health. I'm lucky to be alive. And this was incredibly frustrating for me, I ain't gonna lie. Especially given the little amount of damage that this guy took in this entire engagement, right? There is a difference between being passive and smart and patient and being borderline useless. And while he was able to help with spotting, the end of the story is that he ended up costing me a lot of health with that little charade that he just put on. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to take a shot at the Yamato. We got another beautiful angle. We have to use our smoke here because we are spotted by the repub that's on our right. So we're trying to use this. We're outside of the smoke firing penalty of the Yamato. Not that he would be able to see us because of the island anyway, but now he's creeped inside that smoke firing penalty. So if he does have a line of sight on our tower, then he will spot us in a moment. But you can see he starts turning in, so we aim up a little bit. And this is one of those shots that's going to have to change after the patch. So those pin angles aren't going to be there after the patch. They're going to be slightly worse. Now, I don't know how much worse it is, okay? Again, this is why we're testing these sorts of things, because I just don't see us citadeling a Yamato at that angle with this thing after the patch. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do expect with the changes to the pin angles specifically that shots like that are going to be a lot harder. You're going to need a lot better angles to hit on people, which still shouldn't be hard to set up with the Colombo being as nasty as it is. Now, we have plenty of heals. And we're going to be able to heal some of the damage that we took back, which is what we're doing right now. So I'm having to be a little bit more patient than I normally would be here because I can't just roll around the corner. We got a repub over there. We got the Montana over here. We have the Stalingrad on the left still. All of this equals bad day for me if I push around the corner, right? So I got into chat recently, or right about to go into chat, one or the other, and I said, hey, fellas, all y'all sitting in the back, it's now time to move forward. All right, let's get this party started. All right, I have taken a lot of damage. We've cleared the way. Move forward. And to their credit, they are doing just that. They are all coming forward. And this is what we call teamwork. Okay, I don't mind being bait if the team uses that to their advantage. All right, I don't like being bait if everybody just sits behind an island and watches me fight. Because inevitably, that's a losing scenario if I have to fight the entire team by myself. Stalingrad, on the other hand, he's sailing full broadside, trying to get out of there, and we make him pay for it. That is going to be open season all day long, no matter what ship you're in. You get a broadside of a Stalingrad, it's a bad time for the Stalingrad. And the worst part is, the Stalingrad can't even angle quick enough because the steering on that thing and the turning rate of that ship is absolutely horrendous. So even if he tries to angle, he can't angle in time, and these shells are going to punch. And when they do, I mean, you can see the result. Stalingrad is a floating citadel of sadness if it's broadside. Bow in, different story. Broadside, everything can citadel it. Everything. So keep that in mind. But Stalingrad, I mean, what more can I ask for, right? Dude is just, he isn't changing. He's like, I can't turn left. I'm up against the border. His best bet would have been to try to turn back in, bow in, rather than just sitting broadside. But what do I know? I'll take it. And then the worst part is he takes a shot and dies, or doesn't actually land a single shot. Now here, my goal is simple. I want to push forward, use my smoke screen to come around the corner. I should have my guns loaded by then, and then we can pop this Montana. This is one of those situations where I wish that I had the propulsion model. You guys know I am a very big proponent of using the steering gears because most of the time I'm not in a situation where I am stopped like this. Most of the time I am full throttle ahead going somewhere. Maybe not always like, you know, whatever, but I'm generally moving, meaning propulsion mod for me isn't the biggest thing. But look at that shot into the superstructure. Not the result we were looking for there. They ended up diving down a little lower than I was expecting. Maybe he's using his engine boost and he got a little bit further ahead than I was expecting. And then he gets a solid result with his guns, getting a couple of hits into the superstructure. But I'm not going to lie. As I got these guns loaded, I was hoping he was dumb enough to just sit broadside, but unfortunately, he starts turning away. This time, however, we're going to aim a little bit further up and away to make sure that we land more shells into the superstructure, and you can see, adjusting our aim, and look at the smoke screen off to my right. Pay attention. These are the little things. I may have gotten caught tunnel vision once in this match, but by God, I'm not going to do it again. See the smoke screen? Where's my destroyer? Exactly. It's not my destroyer. Meaning, I'm about to get torpedoed, right? Straightforward, easy way to figure out what's going on. Unfortunately, Yama manages to take out my my Montana here, but whatever. Good news is, Montana dead, I can start to make huge adjustments. There's the first rack of torpedoes. See how much we were able to dodge just by seeing the smoke screen pop up and then immediately taking action. We don't wait to see the torpedoes. We're already turning to get away from them. And now here, I know he's got one more set of torpedoes. He just fired at the Yamato, and then I see the torpedoes, and I'm like, oh God, must go faster, must go faster, must go faster, for the love of God, Colombo, speed up, help. Oh God, wait for it. Oh, I wasn't scared, you were scared. Wasn't me. I didn't doubt it for a moment that I was going to dodge those torpedoes. I totally didn't make butt diamonds right there. But here, the Yama's easily able, well, the Yama and the Sumner or Gearing are able to take out the Sumner. We take a beautiful shot into the superstructure of the GK, and that, my friends, is how I play Scandinavia. I know running away from my side probably isn't the best, but again, my teammates were reinforcing that side, so I wanted to be in a position to set up the crossfire, dominate the middle of the match, and I think we did just that. 2,700 base XP, or 2,669. Nice. Top of the leaderboard, Yama coming in second. I got to give a shout out to the Musashi as well. He watches the channel and sent me a message saying, hey, I was in a game with you, GG's. So GG to you as well. So my team played pretty well there, and that is unfortunately the way things have been going lately. It's one side or the other just gets completely raffle stomped. So the huge games that I like to put up at Legendary tier haven't been happening as much because of how like lopsided the battles have been. But I still thought this was a great game for teaching moments, showing how to withdraw from your flank and still make an impact on that flank, not completely just abandoning it, okay? And then not only that, but controlling the center of the map, getting rid of priority targets, getting caught, tunnel visioning, but managing to be patient afterwards, surviving, keeping my head on a swivel, and still dominating the match, even after losing 2/3 of my health in a single hit. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you guys enjoying this? And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.